Yo. Cool. Hello? There we go. My microphone was off. Okay, so what I was just doing to explain, because I just realized it might have not, I was moving the gyros from the front to the center and steering in the back, at least for yaw, at least, and other stuff, so that it's more balanced in steering, which I immediately saw some improvements in. Because actually, I could demonstrate this. I drop this one here. So that's the new one. And if I load up the old version, if I start flying with this one, and I try to move forward, and I steer like this, it's like so front heavy, like that it does stuff like that. Like it's just all the steering is in the front. Something cool about these helicopter blades, though, is that they provide thrust no matter what direction they spin. So if I just turn off my engine and let myself drift downwards, it has its own slowing the fall, which is kind of cool. But now the problem is that whenever I'm flying, it likes to wobble from side to side, and I don't want that unless I'm like forcing it with the gyros. So I'm going to put in a granted, I'm just making this so that it functions really well. Not so that the mechanics are all accurate, but that it feels accurate. Because that's where I just wanted to be able to fly like a regular helicopter. So I'm going to put that in there. And let's just try a 3. And it's on by default. Okay, so if I try to... tilt. Tries to stay upwards, I think. Okay. But I need to balance this thing out, actually. Okay, so right now, center of lift is right there, in between the blades. But my my weight is back. So I need to move these to the front. This is gonna be a very extreme change. Ooh. Yeah. What if I didn't do it in the back? Well, for one, I could get rid of these. And then I could put a panel and one of those. So delete that for now. Yeah, okay. So now I need to move my gravity more to the front. I could replace that there with the weight blocks. Better, but needs to be more forward. So... probably about here, then. See, now that's too far forward. So what I'm going to try now is I'm going to just lower this. And it's like a little bit forward. That's pretty aligned. Keep in mind that I need to place these back. It's like, if I zoom out, that's like ever so slightly forward, and but that would just be enough for it to... Oh, what? See, it's leaning to the side. Hmm. Oh, I didn't replace that back. Hmm. Okay, I think that's pretty good for now. I need the weight to be more on the bottom, though, so delete these blocks for now. Weight still looks perfectly in line. Okay. And what if I just replace all of that with weight? But for now, like this. I'm trying to... see. Because the more bottom heavy it is, the less it like sways almost. And that up there does add a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, the other problem I'm seeing is that these are providing a force, right? Why is it not telling me which way? Oh, okay. That's weird. But it's like a force. So what I'm gonna, like, if as you saw, if I fly straight up, it's going to start eventually turning in one direction. Like so. Because I'm not turning it right now. So that's a bit of a problem. So I can either use another gyro for that. Let me turn on block input real quick. A bunch of steering hinges, the helicopter blades. So these should be alternating. So that one's on red, that one's on green. Both on speed 8, pretty good, okay. And I could either put another one of those somewhere to even out the it's just the blade spinning, but what I could also probably do is somewhere in the back here, because this tailgate is for decoration pretty much. I'm gonna need to code it later and make sure it all works properly, but I could probably put in some like flight stabilizers, like powered tail fins. I don't know if putting these upside down will do something bad, but I know I probably shouldn't put them backwards. What in the world just happened? Hmm. Yeah, probably because it's not on... Guess I could also try... Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work, but it was worth an attempt. Could probably use, like, a quantum rudder, but I don't really like doing that. And I could set, these to nothing, but turn rate to nothing, but strength that. Yeah, to get... Oh, I think adding those does make it more back heavy. Yeah, it does. Damn. Um... What if I just made it, like, stupidly forward heavy? Forward heavy is better than back heavy. You want to at least be moving forward instead of backward. It's whenever we get up to speed that it doesn't want to. Could also be aerodynamics. Of the wing... Oh. Hmm. Temporarily. What if... Take a gyro. Just gonna stick it on the top for now. It wants to drift to the left, so... To the right, put a strength of, like, I don't know, 0.2 for now. That helps. I think it helped a little bit at least already. I'll just bump it up to 1, make it over extreme. Yeah, see, it's kind of almost too much now, but... It is helping. I could very much see that. But we are still drifting. As is evident by the trail. So what I can do is have one, and then another. And then I would have an accelerator that would also then put itself into an AND gate. So I would speed sensor facing that direction. And then speed being about 50, whenever we're over 50 is when it happens, right? And then we need to put it through an AND gate. So it goes to the AND gate, and then it's gonna need just like a anything gate, like Because maybe if I just put spacebar here, all right, and then I had. Actually, could I do another just straight like that? So the second one, and it wants to be turning right. Yep. I need a light to test if this works properly. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna make it so that it starts put an accumulator here that will increase at the same time that thing turns on. So if it starts increasing, okay, cool, it's not increasing. Then I get up to speed. That's going. Why is this accumulator? Why is this not? Maybe a bit less because of the angle that we're going to be at when we're flying, so 40. Okay, so that turns on. That turns on. Hmm. What if I output a measurement into the accumulator? Yeah, that didn't do none. I'm gonna get rid of the accumulator, but what I am gonna try now is. What if I have this start at 0? So the output is the speed. And then what if I have that output to there? So it spins faster the faster I move. And then eventually... That's dumb. Okay. I would need to... Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, No, so above 40. Output to the AND gate. Give me a... Can a distance sensor take an input? No. There you go. Auto correction, it just is enabled. And that flight looks pretty straight to me. And then, because we're so... Oh, shit. We slow down. The autocorrect is disabled. And because at this speed, it doesn't really matter. Okay. We just needed another gate for some reason. But I hate that. But this is now the pretty much the stabilizing block, which I can then put in. To here. And what I also could do, because this is 3 tall. Oh, put that down there for now. Bring that up by 1. I could. Oh, missed one. I could fit all that right in there. Like so. Perfect. I do think that I'm going to increase this to, like, 4. And then last, but not... having that forward facing is pretty good. If I get rid of this, it's going to stay forward because that's heavy as hell. Okay, and then all I gotta do, put block there and there. What's it called? On the sorry, tractor beam. And I'm going to have the toggle be, I don't know, there is no down, technically, because these only could go up, so I could set the down to shift and have it set to toggle. And of course, when that's activated, though, we need it to be this whole aircraft to be a lot less wibbly. So I'm gonna put another one of these here. Have it set to strength, like 8, maybe even 10. Off by default, shift to toggle. And we're gonna need to put more in. So I need some room. So okay. So I need that space right there. These I'm gonna put down there for now. Aggregated logic gate. I can probably put somewhere over here in the middle. And then I can put on either side something like that. Now, these two gyros can go below. And then I need one of these. And then I need two of them because of weight distribution. So put it like that. And the main problem is I don't know how these are going to function being all the way over here. But if it ends up being a problem, I will put them here. Because I'll just have to move some stuff. Okay. Should still fly pretty straight. It's okay, that's all good. Now I'm going to go straight into the sky real quick because I want to test something. If I need to, I still can do a... Okay, so I can turn that hard, but I can't... I mean, I guess I could do a front flip, but the side-to-side movement is restricted, so I might turn something like that off a bit. And... let's just create a, like a shipping container. Like so. And see if we can pick it up. So whenever I fly up and I press left shift, God. Oops. Let's see here. Having all that forward momentum is not that great. All that forward weight. Oh my god, let's go. Coming in for a pickup. I need to put some stabilizers for Forward and back tilt. How much space do I got in here? Nah, not much. Cool. Great. Space do I got left in this front end? A little bit. Not enough, though. Okay. Yeah, I could probably get rid of one of the chairs, though. I'll do that. So, for one, these two need to get stronger, so 5. And then this one also needs to get stronger, so probably go up to a 10. This one will stay as is. And then we're going to take these two, duplicate them back, get rid of that, and set them to, like, 4. Yep, okay. And then what I'm also going to actually do is take these weight blocks and move them. There you go. So now it can fly forward if it needs to, but if it needs to, it makes for a lot smoother flight. And then, let's go pick up this thing. Are they on? Oh no, I had them set to off by default. So now it's too strong. I forgot to half the power of what it should be. So I wanted the total power to be 4 or 6. So I'll do it. I'm going to just put it down to like a 2.5. That should be good. Okay. I'm going to save that. Sick. Okay. Next thing I want to do is probably put the wheels slightly into the body. I might do that. Now, for just curiosity's sake. Yes. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. It still tilt backward slightly. Just very slowly. And I might make like a Um, gonna undo the color swap thing. Boom. Okay, so that's pretty good. Last but not least, it needs I think if I look up the picture of it, it needs some side engines, like right over here-ish. Yeah, because it has like some of those little booster technically it's the engine, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm gonna use just a little bit of thrust. Probably like one of these, probably, right? It feels a little small, but so it was placed about there. It had like a cone. Ew, actually, those engines are quite big. That's about the size of the cone on the front of it. Mm. Any circular? That's way. uh, let's see here. Ugh, I don't want to use the weight blocks. Are there really none? Like what I'm... Is there really nothing like what I'm looking for? I could have swore. I guess 4 of these. So I do something like that. this is not going to be on space. Control for now, but I'm not sure. Maybe, actually, I'll do, oddly enough, right-click. Main seat. Those were still connected? Huh. Oh, the weight distribution's probably all off. And I just added those. Yep, it is. So actually, I could probably put these down. And bring those back forward. There we go. Okay, so now I need to probably put more power into my steering and thing. Because this thing is 800. It's so heavy. 0.5, okay. I'll probably do it. 2.5. I'll only put it up by 1 point. Especially for the forward and backward. The tilting, I don't need too much power on. And those thrusters are mainly for whenever I need to pick up a thing. Or get somewhere really fast. Yeah. Now, for one final test. How heavy of a thing can I pick up? If I could pick up this thing, that's a large success. But that's gonna be very rare. And then I think we are pretty much done. Needs more upward thrust. How much room I got left? Oof. What if I... It's gonna land. Come on. Oh, it's helping. I see it helping out. Just not enough. See, actually, what if I stuck one of those in there? Because for some reason that fits. It's not toggle. Which is not. Oh. I gotta spawn that thing back in again. I just want to be able to lift something quite heavy. It's just there. Because these things are not set to their maximum power, but I don't want them to be. Okay, so I'm gonna try something here. For one, that seat moves forward. Two, this moves forward. And that goes in there. And then, come on. So close. Guess I could put it there, but that's going to be bad. But for now, I will. For now. So there's the tractor beam. And then what I'm going to do is put that. And then put two of those like that. And then I'm going to have them set to shift. Yeah, the tilting is fine. Because it's just tilting back and forth. So I was worried about it for nothing. Anything I could even add some thing in so that whenever you press shift, the propellers ramp up in power as well. My God. It's so close. Okay, time for the big guns. Hmm. The fuck? That's a good amount of thrust. Oh. Okay, well it won't pick that up. Which is annoying, but it's gonna make like a crate here. that's just like a slight bit lighter by about 100 than that thing. Yeah, because that thing was just like, oh. That's cool. I could probably even add more thrust by doing this thing again in more places. But being able to lift, oh my gosh, really? Really, dude? You got nothing better to do. Yay, I get a viewer, but also the viewer was a person advertising. Let's go. That's disappointing. Nothing better to do. It's probably just a bot, but like, really? Well, that's good progress. I think I'm going to do the paint job next stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you have. And if you have any ideas for what you want me to build next, just send me a message.